Good. So thanks for this introduction, little introduction. This is already done, so it's the introduction. That's me. So it's me with all the projects and the family and friends which I used, and as my part as an innovation manager, I normally get asked from the people, is it really possible to manage innovation? And I normally say, no, it's not possible, because if it's that easy to manage it, why the firms are struggle in this topic that much, or firms are gone away, dinosaurs dying. So why it's the problem? First of all, it's the definition of innovation. That's normally, it starts with this, is what's a real innovation? And it normally starts with the customer need, then feasibility and economical part. And this is a product or an innovation. And normally the people that say, no, a product isn't an innovation, and this is also true, but normally if the people will not buy it and there is no market, then it's only an idea or an invitation and not an innovation. So, and there, the Gary Pisano did a few 4 of innovation things. Oh shit, I didn't translated it. So the routine is based on an existing business model and an existing competence. So that means in the iPhone, you have a better camera, or basic research is a new competence in a new business model. Or this is what everyone's talk about it, but no one wants to have it, is the disruptive. So that it disrupt your business or your firm. This is an existing competence into a new business model. And the rest of it, it's the radical one, which is quite easy to handle, also easy to do. It's a new competence in an existing business model. This is something that I think it's okay. Well, no, it's not easy to do it, but it's quite, let's say it's better to create an innovation, a radical innovation, than a disruptive innovation. So this is something that I would like to start with, is about what's innovation. And this is there you can read in every book. This is not really the problem of the innovation. It's quite easy. So you have an idea, you go into the firm, and then you go into the market love it, you earn money like hell, and everything is fine. So this is quite easy, but it's not that easy. Normally, you're on a bike, you have an idea, and then you go into your firm and say, hey, I have a funky idea, let's do it. And poof, the idea is blown away because the people gave the feedback, oh no, we already done it, or it's not that easy as you thought, and all this, you know it. And later on, you get not your idea disappeared, so it will also that you will go into frustration, and then you will leave the company. Or that's much heavier. You get a zombie, and you're still there in the company, and you wait until you get retired. And this is something that you will have in your company if you have too much ideas and no one believes in it, or no one will do it. So. And later on, this is something that happened now in the media, that the bigger idea that you already had will destroy your company. And you see that the people are jump away from the company, or they get fired because there is no work anymore, or it's really disruptive. So this is the real problem. So normally this is what I think about an idea. It's normally that it's outside of the atmosphere of a company. So you have the spaceship, your idea looks great, everyone's love it, but later on your spaceship looked like this. So it's really getting tracked because of let's say the atmosphere of the company burned the whole the whole spaceship. And afterwards, not even the astronaut will fall on the ground. So everything is burned. The whole idea is gone. And this is quite hard. The other thing is which you can have, it's innovation. It's like honey. Everyone wants it. So everyone says, yes, innovation is great for the company. We need to innovate. Normally the CEOs during Christmas dinner, they stand there and say, yeah, we need to be innovative. Let's do it. And if you have an idea or you are innovative or you try to create an idea inside the company, it's normally not that easy because it's like the honey. There are some bees around it and they will pitch. And it's not that funny that if you are, and now it's the first time that I need a translation help. What's the name of an imker?
The guy who looks after the bees.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, that is
the
beekeeper.
The beekeeper.
Beekeeper, yeah. Thanks a lot. So it's like that you are the beekeeper of the innovation, that you know that there are bees around it, but you're really interested into the honey. So you go inside of this house and you go to the honey and there are some bees, which, yeah, they hurt. That's normal. So every beekeeper knows it, but it's the same in innovation. If you run into innovation, it's only fun and it's only like honey if you are outside and you only get the honey. The rest of it, the whole job is not that funny. And this is also, which I found from Tom Fishburne, which shows really the problem of the whole innovation and big companies, old companies. I had some, let's say, the filter of a non-innovation company. It's normally, let's say, it starts from my side. After 20 employees, it's getting, the bureaucracy will get, yeah, will kill or will put too much pressure on new ideas. And therefore, ideas get eaten by the company. And this is really frustrating because every company says that we need to be innovative. And the question is more about why is that? And everybody knows, it's also written in every innovation book, it's about the culture, stupid. So it's always about the culture, and everyone says you need to have an innovative culture. Yes, but how to change a culture? It's not that easy first, and you cannot change or you cannot build a culture. Normally, if you show the people that innovation could work in this company, then the culture will move into the new direction. It will not be that easy to stand there and say, oh yeah, let's do a culture change. After 2 years, we will be innovative. This is normally, it will not work, let's say. So to see what I mean with culture, you see here, this is my desk. And the plate behind it's broken. And what did the people? They will not fix the whole thing. They hold some paper on it to keep the water out of the desk, because they said, it's not that easy. Who shall I ask about this? Is there the facility management, or is there other peoples around in the building who will fix this problem? And it's quite that easy. Go to the canteen, take Taller, Scheiße. Linda, I need your help.
A plate.
Thanks a lot. So you take a plate and everything is fixed. So, and this is something from the psychological side, which Edgar Schein already told us. It's the fear of survival and the fear of learning. And the one from the survival is normally that you know it from also from the bigger management. They say we need to move the people from the survival to the learn curve. So it means that we need to hold up the pressure on the survival, because on the learn side, it's the problem of failure. This is also that you already heard about it. Yeah, failure is fun. Yeah, well, let's do some failures. But no one fails in love. So, I like to fail. This is absolutely bullshit, because no one likes to fail. So therefore, we put some pressure on the survival one. So you will get fired if someone disrupt our firm. So you put the pressure on the survival curve or on the survival block. And therefore the people are standing there and they are, will move. That's the idea. They will move to the learn. So the fear of learning. But the problem is, if you put too much pressure on this survival, fear of survival, the people will get afraid and no one will move. So everyone will stand there and say, whoa, that's too abstract. I cannot move. I cannot change. As a little story, in the media company, it's normally that the people are, or in the TV, they say, oh, Netflix will kill us. So what you, if you are a cameraman, what you will do? Netflix will kill me. Holy shit, I will stand there and be afraid. So you will not move. There will no step forward. The next thing is the analysis paralysis. You already know it. We need to analyze it and nothing will happen. The bureaucracy stands there and say, you need to fill up a form, or no, you need to check first with this or this or this or this department. And because there are some people which getting very annoyed if you ask, will not ask them. So please go and talk with them. And after, let's say, 2.5 years, you said, okay, it wasn't that a great idea to move forward. I will not work anymore on this idea, or I have no pressure on it. The next one, it's the interpersonal perception, that you have a picture from your company. And as I start with Linda, 2.5 years ago in IWB, everyone says, oh, IWB is a public service. It's a utility. So this is, let's say, it's space, it's power, it's heat, it's water, it's 100-year business. No one will listen to your new ideas. Don't be that frustrated that no one will move forward. So, and therefore I have a picture of the company. This is something that get me, let's say, non-innovative. The second one, so that's the picture of the company. This is something that I found from the ZDF, which are my old colleagues from Germany, the TV, and they had a hashtag formula, a Twitter hashtag formula. And but this is a joke. This is a joke from this Carsten Werner, and he put it because he was so annoyed about the formulas internally of this second TV station of Germany. So it's the public broadcaster from Germany, the second one. And he created this formula. And as you can see, a lot of retweets, a lot of favorites on it. But the funny thing was that the people from ZDF, they asked themselves, whoa, I've never heard about this formula. Hey, I created some hashtags without this formula, so I get fired or something else. So this is this picture from a company that you will get during your work or during your feedbacks from your colleagues, which is gives you the picture of this company that you will not move. And the second one, which is perhaps I will not really translate it into English, is this interpersonal perception as I think that the firm has from my role. So I'm, let's say, I'm only the guy from the camera, or I'm only the guy who's driving from A to B some, let's say, some cables, or I'm why I should have some groundbreaking ideas because I'm only the guy from the facility, because the company gives me the signal which creates the picture that I thought that the firm gave to me. Was it clear? Yeah? Okay. Or question and answer.
Everyone?
Okay. So, or you go and read about this interpersonal perception. All right. A very clever guy who Peter Kruse, he said that if you want to go further with your company, you need to stimulate curiosity, provoke the trial and error, and encourage personal responsibility, which is quite easy sentence. But if you think about your firm, does that happen? Stimulate curiosity, it's quite easy. Okay, so we have a blog, an internal, or we send some trends to each other. Provoke the trial and error. Ooh, this is, then it starts. Okay, what it means an error, what it means a trial. And encourage the personal responsibility. This is the main goal, that you say, oh, I give you 5,000 Swiss francs. I trust you. I trust you that you don't need to go outside and buy some drugs, or you run into let's say a gun trading company, or you do something strange with this money. I give you the responsibility to run your project. These three things. If your company have that, call me. I will go to your company because I would like to love to work there. So from my side, I realized that if you want to change the culture, you cannot wait until the culture changed. So you need to start hacking the system. And therefore, Mr. Raymond has this, that a hacker enjoys the intellectual challenge of creativity, overcoming the boundaries. So you need to enjoy it. And this sounds very strange, but it's the same that no one gets punched in the mouth all the time and love it. Or, okay, boxers, yes, they do it, but it's really, you need to enjoy this hustle. You need to enjoy the boundaries, that you say, okay, now it's shit. I'm really upset about these boundaries and I already known it, but they are there. The guys in Google, they said, if there are no boundaries or no bad feedback, your idea is not good enough. Because if you like to change something in your company, or it's a radical change, and no one says, oh, hold on a moment, this is quite strange, we cannot do it, then it's not a good idea, or it's not a radical idea. So you need to enjoy it. And therefore, it was before I liked the idea of the ninja, this very old role, or this very old icon of working in the underground, because the ninja was in Japan was an assassin, was a killer, that he wasn't came to the next thing. He doesn't be afraid of using tools to kill someone. So it wasn't that he stands there and says, oh, I need first a new tool or a new internet, I don't know. So I have a chair, I will kill the guy with a chair. Or there is no chair, okay, I take a cable and, or whatever. So it's something that a ninja needs. It's you are not waiting for tools. You take the tools that you already have. I also had some discussions with friends who said, yeah, I had an idea. I would like to do this, but the company doesn't give me the tool that I need. So I need first an Adobe Creative Suite training for 5,000 Swiss francs. And then I need, let's say, another training for design thinking, I don't know. And then I need a TIS for this or that. So if you are in love with an idea, take the tool that you already have, create it with a keynote or with PowerPoint, and then start. So this paper prototyping, using quite an easily to start your project. Later on, if you realize that it worked, you will get the money, that's for sure. But to show the idea to people and to überreden, Linda, or to convince.
Convince, yep.
All right. Now the box is open. Okay, to convince the people or the let's say the enablers internally, you perhaps only need a paper prototype. So take the tools that you already have. So the idea is to keep this box, or to keep the fear of learn, to try and error. That's the idea, that you say, oh, it's not that that heavy to do this step from the fear of survival to the fear of learning. So if I do a mistake, it's not that it will not kill me. So you will not go back to the fear of survival. So you will stand there of the fear of learning, of doing some mistakes. So therefore, you go into this learning curve. Because it's not that easy, that people will not do some mistakes all the time, because it's shit if you create some mistakes. And this guy, it's Theo Wenher from the ETH, and he is a failure scientist, yeah, failure scientist or researcher, failure researcher. And he gave in the Tagesanzeiger this interview, and two main sentences. The first of all, it's desirable to keep the effects of errors harmless. This is the first. Because the other thing is that not every bullshit is fertilizer. So that means you can create real shit that no one is interested in, not even in 100 years. So therefore, keep the effects of errors harmless. And how to do that? Not throwing too much money in it. If you hear, oh, this is a lighthouse project, oh, this is the next unicorn, let's throw some money in it. It's always cool to be on a party and to say, yes, I'm running a 100,000 or 7.8 million project. This is great. But it means a lot of pressure. It means that you cannot fail. And then you will throw some money in it if it doesn't work, and more money in it, and more money. And if it even then it will not work, later on the people will say, oh, look, that's Dominik. He burned 15 million Swiss francs, and that's it. Then you need to leave the company. So therefore, start small. Not throw, this is the lean, idea of running lean, is not throw too much money into your project. The next of it is look for a team, but not for a team that you have a team. So only take the people that you really need. So I also had some people which says, no one is interested in my idea. And therefore I invited 18 people, and all the 18 people, it was always fun. We had chat and yes, but after 2 years, we realized nothing happened. So therefore, first of all, you need to create the idea by your own. And if you realize that you run out of power, or you dive into a burnout, then you need some people, but not before. So not looking for a team. A team is always funny, but if you need a couple or you need a friend, then buy a dog. So don't need a team all the time. All right. The next of it, it's perhaps a bit bad translated. It's in Swiss we call it the Papiertiger. So it's the bureaucracy. I don't know if the word is happened already in English. The Papiertiger.
Paper tiger, does that exist, Andrew? Not really.
So it means that you run all
people would understand it. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So it's more about that. So be aware of this bureaucracy. So be aware of if the boss is coming and says, yes, I need a concept. or yes, I need an offer for that, then try to keep that low as possible. Because if you start a project and you don't know how it works, and this is innovation, you don't know how it works, you don't know even if there is a market. So therefore, don't run into an offer, because if you are go into, let's say, in a board and you show this, your concept, and you will change it, later on the people said, hey, what happened with the concept? Because we loved it because it was yellow and now it's blue, but we said yes to the yellow one. And you said, yeah, but yellow, no one's interested in yellow. I started with blue, but now in blue it starts. And the people said, no, we want it in yellow. So therefore, the only thing that you need, and it's normally, it works quite well, is one sentence. So you have this one sentence, you fill it up, and then you realize if you are on a coffee machine, and the CEO comes by and says, oh yeah, what you're working on, then you'd have this sentence, vrach, how it's faster than an elevator pitch. It's really one sentence, tack, that's it. You can also print it on a shirt, open up the shirt and say, okay, this is my project, what do you think? So no, perhaps not on a shirt, but it should be that easy. And the next of it, it's normally that you have a lot of pressure on it. And this is what I call the passion pressure. And perhaps you already have it. If you are creative and you have some ideas, or you know someone, this is quite better, you know someone which is very creative and very passionate, it's normally that you need to, let's say, to think about this passion, because the emotions or the passions are the fuel for the extra mile. So if you have enough emotions, then you will go out if it's raining, or you will go to the 20th customer to talk about this. This is the passion. But it could be also that you have too much passion on it. This is also possible, that you will forget to learn about customer interviews. You will not heard about feedback from friends, as an example. So therefore, it's also to be passionate, but not like hell. So therefore, you need to have this critical enthusiastic. So you need to be enthusiastic, but also critical all the time. If your project has a lot of friends, perhaps something is wrong. This is that you need to train, because it's not that easy. I also have it on my side. If I'm enthusiastic and I see, whoa, I have some customers on it, it's always better to be critical on this thing, to have a distance. Or if you realize, okay, I really run into the passion pressure on 200, I need someone who gives me feedback, or to give me this critical thinking. The next one, which you need to be aware, is the feedback rockets. People in companies, I have it today, we invited 5 people to only an easy exchange about an idea, and 3 of them didn't join, because they said, oh, I'm not interested in, we already have it, or we done it 5 years ago and it didn't work, but no. So these people you will never again invite for other things. So you have perhaps a blacklist, or you also need to be aware about bad feedback. But this is something that you also need to, if you are a ninja master, is to know good feedback against bad feedback. Bad feedback means it's more personal. It's personal feedback that I say, okay, I think this idea is nothing. It will not, we will not earn anything. This is personal feedback. But if you have some, I don't know the word, if you have some feedback which is non-personal. Let's call it like this. It's quite easy. It's a non-personal feedback. It's more about the topic that you say, I don't know if there is a market. This is something that you can work on it. It's not the same that you have it on a personal perspective, that you say, perhaps it's because this guy doesn't like me or doesn't like the idea because I don't know. So it needs to be, let's say, positive feedback in the meaning of it will help to be critical. Was that?
Constructive
Does it make
feedback.
sense? Constructive feedback. Himmel, yeah. Okay, well. And the next of it is working in the underground. So even if the company says, yes, we need to be innovative, you need to work in the underground. So this is something which is band together with the enthusiastic. If you are in love in idea, it's the same if you are in love in a person. You will all share the photos and share about the idea, and you go to everyone and says, yes, I have an idea, or I have a new friend, look, this picture, he looks nice, yeah. So this will destroy your idea, or your, let's say, your love into the idea, because then you have this one. This is bad feedback. And therefore, it's better to be non-enthusiastic, but with a passion pressure and working in the underground. One project that we now have and we launched, and it's already, we are really building on it. It's a huge project. We worked 2.5 years in the underground before we get the money for it, because we realized, and this is something that it's normal for a radical or a disruptive idea, that it will have some haters on it. So therefore you need to be ready before you go into a board, or you need to be ready before you show it to, let's say, a CEO or another enabler. Okay, the next one is training, that's for sure. Do it all the time, creating more projects, getting better and better with every project, and also to do reflections about the mistakes that you already did, and even there be that critical. This is the mission normally, that you have an idea, then you run into an interest, then in an euphoria because you realize, shit, it will happen, so it could work. Yeah, keep it simple, because the next one will be the disillusion, because you realize, whoa, it's not that easy to get the data out from the SAP, as an example, or, oh no, no one in the company will guide me, or no one in the company will work with me, whatever. So there, the disillusion. And then the next one will be the reflection, that you are running into a reflection. Shall I do it in the company, or I quit my job and start a startup? And the next one is the work, the hustle. You need to do it. And the rest of it is the fulfillment. Quite easy. It makes sense on this map, yes. But it's normally on projects, if you're running some innovation projects or some pilot projects, it's normally like this. And there, next time, during the reflection, there you have an exit door that you say, okay, before I start working on this project, and during this reflection, you said, okay, I stop. Or perhaps it's too early, let's say. Perhaps you heard about this Nespresso thing. The guy who invented it, he did it 30 years, I think, something crazy. All the time, the idea back in the fridge, waiting until the firm is ready, put it out of the fridge and says, this is the idea, let's do it. No, again, in the fridge, later on. And then you are the ninja master later on. But this is something even I doesn't have it, because the ninja master, I'm too, let's say, too much feelings on projects. Because the projects that I run, I love this project. And this is something that it hurts all the time. You will shout around, I need to go home on 2 o'clock because I had a bad meeting. And perhaps it's possible, but I'm not. I need perhaps do some yoga, not triathlon. Could be that this should work. I don't know. But I think if you have this, if you are on this stage, then you have it. And what made me happy is that I'm not alone. There are several guys out there who had the same. So it's more about these are books which I would like to show. One is Rebels at Work, the one in red, for Louis Kelly and Carmen Rodriguez. No, it's I don't know, it's a Spanish name. And Carmen worked for the CIA. So she were a rebel at the CIA, which I find very interesting. So that's a good book. And the other thing, the other book that I would like to introduce or please buy it is the one from Simone, is Disrupt It Yourself. This is something really interesting to hack a better business before the competition does. So it's already written. And the other thing, but it's not in English, it's also my little book. It's the Pilot Project Ninja, but you already get the main sentence. It's really a short one. I think it's small like this. So yes, that's it. So and even that, I had some projects which already are from outside into the company, which already landed. One I already told, it's the machine where we can decarbonize heat. And there is from the Ärzte, perhaps you know this band. And this is really a good thing to perhaps have it as on a poster. It's not your fault that the world is the way it is. It's only your fault if it stays the way it is. And you can change it in the world, perhaps into company. So it's really your fault if the company is the way as it is. So therefore, yeah, you need to be a rebel or a ninja or, I don't know, a knight to hack the company. Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dominik.